All right, a little bit of story time today with Ben on PricePlow. In October of 2019, I was at Supply Side West and I had a meeting with this very cool company called NNB, who you guys might be tired of hearing about already, but we're not done talking about them yet. And it was a very early morning in Vegas. It was at the Mandalay Bay. I came in and I think I was probably one of the only people in the Mandalay Bay. Let's brighten this up a little bit. Who was not hungover? I don't drink very often. I do in Vegas occasionally, but I think I was on prep at this point too. So I don't drink coffee. I was pretty amped up. I had an energy drink that morning, and they sent me down there like, you need drink some of this coffee. And I was like, I don't really drink coffee. Honestly, my friends who are watching this will say I don't really drink coffee. It's weird. But they're like, no, you need to drink this coffee. We have this stuff in it. It's called C8 Vantage. It's an MCT. It's all C8, and you're gonna try it out. So I was like, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. They mix some up for me, and I have to tell you, I can't stop drinking it. No, I'm not here to sell you an overpriced coffee creamer, but a little bit of story time to start off this, I thought would be kind of interesting on how I was sold on C8 Vantage. And today I'm going to tell you all about its benefits in a plethora of other ways you can consume it in the sports industry.
Welcome to PricePlow.
So obviously I am the resident carbohydrate consumer at PricePlow. However, with my background with NNB and just wanted to take a stab at this today, I figured I would do our PricePlow's thoughts on C8 Vantage and put it up on YouTube. So we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between C8 Vantage with other MCTs, as like for instance C6, C10, C12, which by the way, Mike wants me to make sure to tell you guys, C12 is not technically an MCT because it requires extra processing in the liver, but it's traditionally included on these lists, so we're going to include it in for the argument. But also the comparison of it to other MCT blends in the industry and just regular coconut oil. So without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit about the background of C8. Now, in the renaissance of MCTs, being the 2010s, which sounds weird already in 2020, but we're running with it. Companies found it increasingly hard to produce or really source, because remember, we're talking about an ingredient company here, and most of these companies that you guys would be used to purchasing from are the finished products. They had a hard time sourcing C8 pure on its own. A lot of, and still to this day, MCT products were and are blends of, like I said, C6, C8, C10, C12. So obviously, as you can probably tell from the way that I'm speaking about it, C8 is proven in a few different studies to be superior to the other MCTs out there, which we're going to dive into a little bit. But just to start off the fact that right now you're getting an actual C8 disclosed, how much you're getting there, instead of an undisclosed blend of different ingredients, or like if you're just consuming coconut oil for MCTs, you have no clue how much you're actually getting, much less which ones they are. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. The first actual main benefit of C8 Vantage is and C8 in general, but the study was done on C8 Vantage, is the increased production of ketones from that source versus a normal coconut oil or MCT blend. They found that C8 Vantage produced 300% more, or 4 times as many ketones than just normal coconut oil. Also, in compared to these other sources, it found the highest sustained release of ketones over 48 hours, which means you're getting sustained energy. It's not just like a sugar, which you're getting quick energy from. You're going to have energy for a sustained amount of time, which is great for endurance athletes, people studying, or people going to work and having to focus for a long time. For lack of a better introduction, it's better all around for normal human beings who have a life. If you're not just an athlete that is preparing for a sprint or a weightlifting competition, this is going to give you long-lasting energy. It's going to be a little bit more important for you. Now, on the fat-burning side of things, because a lot of you guys are coming to us for that, C8 in 2017, this isn't C8 Vantage, but just in general, C8 was found to have a 4 times greater beta oxidation than C10. A lot of you guys are coming to us for fat burning. This isn't for everyone. However, it just shows that it's, not only is it longer lasting for energy, it's also going to make your metabolism boost a little bit more, which is great for everyone, honestly. Now this one's a little bit harder to quantify, but increased satiety and lowered appetite was found in animals. In a weird study, they found that it was possible that some animals actually lower their calories up to 50% because of the C8 being added in. One of the ways that I just like to look at this is, like I'm adding it to my coffee. You add it to your coffee in the morning, it's gonna help keep you satiated, it's gonna give you long-lasting energy, and it's gonna lower your appetite just a little bit, probably just a little bit enough to help you out if you have a problem with willpower and choosing to eat smaller portions or staying away from snacks. My personal diet philosophy is that adherence is the most important part of any diet. The best diet for you is the one that you can stick to. So if adding a little bit of MCT to your coffee in the morning helps you keep away those cravings a little bit, I thoroughly think it's worth the investment. So overall, there were a few other studies at MCTs that I want to glance over a little bit. For one, time to exhaustion is increased for a lot of athletes. That was not specific to C8, but overall, obviously having a longer stored energy source is going to help you out with exhaustion. So endurance athletes are going to like that. CrossFit athletes, any kind of athlete that's performing for a long amount of time. Personally, I even actually consumed MCTs during powerlifting competitions because I'm competing for probably like an 8-hour day. While I will use sugar closer to the actual lift, I'll be consuming fat throughout the day to give myself a longer source of energy. And one that I actually don't have very much experience in is with the keto flu. There were studies to show that MCTs in general will help get people through the keto flu a little bit easier and quicker, get the side effects of the keto diet away. Personally, I've only done keto once. I did it for a weight cut back in 2014, I think it was. I didn't have keto flu from it. I was consuming a lot of red meat, so I was getting a lot of fat there, so it's possible that the fat there was helping me out, as well as a lot of potassium and sodium, which I've heard Mike talk a lot about. Electrolytes helping a lot with the keto flu. But overall, in general, it can help out with that. So if you are doing your first dance with keto, it might help you out to add in some MCT. Before I jump into my favorite part of talking about this product, we're gonna recap a little bit on specific advantages of using C8 Vantage. First of all, it's vegan friendly, it's non-dairy, it's maltodextrin free, it's non-GMO, it's made from a sustainably sourced palm oil, and it's actually a powder instead of being like a liquid you just squirt and stuff. So a couple advantages around here. First of all, if you're using it as a creamer or an additive to a product, which is what I'm going to get into next, it's vegan and non-dairy and maltodextrin free as well as non-GMO. So your product will still be all of those things. If you're using it as a creamer, it's a non-dairy creamer, which is great, as opposed to dairy creamers, which are going to be full of lactose and fat and just ruin a lot of stomachs, to be honest with you. One of the big things is the sustainably sourced palm oil. I'm a big fan of ingredients that are actually friendly to the environment. I think that we live in a very closed-minded setting with this industry. We don't really think about the impact of our products. So I was really impressed to see that about their product as well. Now, let's talk about my favorite part of this product. Max Fairchild with Nutrex Research at the time utilized this actual C8 Vantage product in an unlikely product that you guys might not think of using it in. In Nutrex's plant protein, which was our #1 plant protein for 2019, he used C8 Vantage to smooth out the protein. Now, if you are familiar with plant proteins, I'm sorry. They're not very smooth very often. They're pretty grainy. They have a lot of texture to them. It is not always very pleasant to use. So if you actually watch my video, the first time I actually tried it, I drank it and I was like, bullshit. There's no way this has plant protein in it because the C8 Vantage smoothed it out so nicely. Now, I expect to see this in a lot more companies in 2020 since NNB is growing, their footprint is getting larger and more companies are becoming aware of them. C8 Vantage is not just a keto supplement in my opinion. It also can be used as a healthy alternative to excipients for a lot of these products, and that's where I see it being utilized mostly. So when you, if you go to the store over the next 12 months and you start to see C8 Vantage and MCT in proteins, please do not fret, don't forget over it. Look at the macros, there's probably not gonna be a lot of fat actually added in. A very small amount is needed. And enjoy the product. I think it's gonna be a lot smoother for you. So overall, in C8 Vantage, I was very impressed with what they were able to put together. I've been enjoying it in my coffee, which is just different for me because I don't drink coffee very often, but it makes me want to. And yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more of it in 2020. As always, we're kind of big fans of NNB. We haven't really seen any products they put out that we weren't impressed with. These guys put out a lot of innovative products or bring a product to the market that if it's not a new ingredient, it's a better version or a more sustainably sourced or something that the industry is in need of. So C8 Vantage is a little bit of a simpler one than our most recent ones like Beba or the dihydroberberine glucovantage. Those are more complicated things. This is a bit more of a simple product I wanted to outline for you guys, let you know what we think about it. If you have any questions about it, if you see any more products that are utilizing it, please send it over. I'm super interested in seeing how people are utilizing this, like Max Fairchild using it in such a innovative way with their plant protein. So as always guys, thanks for watching and have a great day. Alright guys, so I just finished recording that video. You just probably saw me outro awkwardly because I was realizing that I still have to do this. I started sipping on the coffee during that video. I'm relatively fasted. It's kind of early, I only had one meal, but my blood glucose is 91. I'm not using any glucovantage or GDAs currently, so a little bit of a test that I want to find out is what happens when I take this product. So I'm going to finish this. I took probably about a tablespoon of that, I'm guessing. Probably should have measured that. However, we're going to kind of guesstimate this. I just want to see in general, with the amount of creamer that I would normally use, how much is this going to change my blood glucose? Other MCTs out there have tinkered with our blood glucose a little bit. Mike has a video up of a certain one out there that had a little bit of an interesting response. I don't want to blow up their spot because in general, MCTs are going to help overall, but we like to have more data on what actually happens. So I'll report back in about a half hour. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Gonna test my blood sugar, see where we're at. Well, that should give you an idea of whether or not this will raise your blood sugar. It's actually down 5 whole points, and I'm ready to go eat some food. So, thanks guys for watching. Pretty stoked about this product. If you are a regular consumer of MCTs, you should at least find these in a product and try it out. If you're new to this like I am, it might be able to enhance your lifestyle. If you're looking to lower your appetite or if you're just looking for some more sustained energy, try it out, find it in the product. If you look at our blog, we actually tag a lot of products that include them. So in 2020, I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more mainstream products with it, a lot more just straight up MCT products with it, and we'll keep those on blast for you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and as always, again, have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.